Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Ying Orange 99 on YouTube. Look for me on YouTube and please subscribe and like. My channel is available for everybody. I am broadcasting on YouTube simultaneously. I am hoping to get to Substack someday. And the reason I say someday is that Substack requires you to have at least 10 followers before you can uh, stream live programs. So I would like it if 10 people got to my YouTube and uh, waited for me to show you my Substack and then go to my Substack. So it's a two-step process. Morning number 1835, morsels of a thought. 1835. I am hopefully trying to give you morsels of a thought of wisdom. Knowing the right things to do is called wisdom, and doing it is called virtue. Meanwhile, we have the value of work in George J. Chanos's Millennial Samurai, Book One, A Mindset for the 21st Century. And he tells us a lot of the right things to do. Okay. Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States, said, far and away, the best prize that life has to offer is the chance to work hard at work worth doing. This is called The Value of Work, Chapter 122. The work that you choose will do, excuse me, the work that you choose to do over the course of your life will profoundly impact your quality of life. Work is essential because it provides us with money, which influences our ability to access virtually all essential goods and services. Work impacts our physical, social, and mental well being, facilitates integration, and influences virtually all our relationships. It gives us purpose, self respect, and the chance to make a contribution to our family and society. Conversely, unemployment, a lack of work, or work that we find unfulfilling robs us of these opportunities, which can lead to frustration and despair. In a society that equates personal success with wealth and status, loss of work and low paying work relegate individuals to the margins of society. This can have a devastating effect on an individual's self image and self esteem. When considering what work to do, try to be thoughtful and selective. Whenever possible, look for jobs that keep you motivated, engaged, and committed. This is the kind of work at which you are more likely to excel. Look for jobs or careers that you enjoy, that leverage your innate talents, and that allow you to realize your goals and aspirations. The best possible work is work that you love. Look for jobs, careers, and or business that allow you to make a meaningful contribution to yourself, your family, your employer, your coworkers, your partners, and society as a whole. This alone will allow you to lead a more meaningful life. Whenever possible, try to find work that you love, work that is consistent with your values, and work that allows you to generate the income you desire. I have had work that I love, and I have had work that I don't love at all. And I felt so unmotivated that I would actually do something to thwart the ability of the goal of the agency. And it would not be fun. It would be just find something you love to do I am trying to give you wisdom that other people give you so that you know some of the right things to do. And when you do them, you create virtue. Chapter 123, crowdfunding. In the past, you had to know someone with money to have access to investor capital. Today, that's no longer true. This represents a sea change in personal empowerment. Companies like Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and GoFundMe allow me allow aspirate allow aspiring entrepreneurs to crowdsource and crowdfund new business models and ideas online. Browse any of these sites to see the thousands of entrepreneurs who are starting innovative new businesses. Unlike one-time campaigns on sites like Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and GoFundMe, the crowdfunding website and app Patreon allows people to pay monthly subscriptions to support their favorite artists, painters, podcasters, dancers, singers, photographers, writers, and game designers. Patreon announced that it expects to process more than $500 million in payments to the artists and creators on its platform in 2019. Fans, or quote, Patreons, unquote, get to support artists and causes they deem worthy. They may get exclusive access to artists for Q&A sessions, invitations to private exhibitions, or early previews of their work. Artists and creators get a steady and predictable stream of income to support their work. Now, I know that Steve Hofstetter quit from Patreon for reasons that I can't remember. Patreons sign up for tiers of support ranging from $1 to $10, plus more for special perks. Some Patreon artists make more than $30,000 per month. Patreon takes 10% of each pledge. The site is in English and only accepts United States dollars, yet 40% of Patreons are outside the United States. You now have the ability to connect with complete strangers over the internet who may have an interest and an ability to invest in your business. That's an incredibly empowering development. Today, success has less to do with who you are or who you know, and more to do with the quality of your ideas. Some of the most significant barriers to entry that once stood in the way of the average person's success have been eliminated and replaced by new opportunities. Increased access to capital is one of the most important of these new opportunities. Take advantage of your increased access to capital by creating your own business. You do that by creating and offering others something of value, something that enriches their life. When you can deliver true value at a profit, you have a business. Now, I happen to know that for a very long time, Steve Hofstetter was with Patreon, but he quit with them probably because of whom they support, something like that. You could look it up. Digital nomads. Wandering the globe while doing internet enabled work is now a common fantasy among traditional workers. Research by MBO Partners and Emergent Research, capital E, capital R, found that 4.8 million Americans described themselves as digital nomads. Now, I am reading from George J. Chanos's Millennial Samurai, Book One, A Mindset for the 21st Century. I'm trying to bring more virtue into the world by giving people morsels of thought of wisdom so that they learn things that are the right things for themselves to do to bring value to the human earth. And we can make the universe a better place by acting on our wisdom and doing what is virtuous. So these don't equate to virtue until you act on what you know for you is the right thing to do. Digital nomads. The report points, among traditional American workers, 27% said they might become digital nomads in the next 2 to 3 years, and 11% said they planned to. The report points out that most of these people will not become digital nomads. Instead, they will continue to be what we call armchair digital nomads, those who follow the exploits of others instead of becoming digital nomads themselves. Nonetheless, the researchers concluded this data shows the extent of the quote, this data shows the extent of the interest in this work and lifestyle. It also shows that the number of digital nomads will likely grow substantially over the next few years. End quote. One thing that unites digital nomads, as their name implies, is their reliance on technology. They can work whenever and wherever they want, thanks to the internet and a proliferation of cloud based tools. The growth of supportive services such as shared working spaces, online talent marketplaces and job sites, digital nomad tour services, and online information sites such as Nomad List, capital N, capital L, which offers data on the cost of living in various locales, have helped the movement grow. Okay, data on the cost of living in various locales by Nomad List, capital NOMAD, capital LIST. Now, this is something that has replaced the Occupational Outlook Handbook, triple O, the Nomad List. Many are freelancers in creative class jobs like writers and designers, marketing and communications professionals, IT professionals, and e commerce pros. Others may supplement their digital work with more traditional jobs. Digital nomads are leading the shift to mobile and distributed work. The report notes, quote, workers in general are increasingly working remotely and spending more of their time away from the office. It's important to recognize that the way we work is changing and that remote dispersed work, including digital nomadism, will only continue to grow in the future. End quote. Pound, capital VANLIFE, is a lifestyle hashtag that has become to signify the digital nomad lifestyle. It's both a mentality and a movement. Using the hashtag has enabled people to leverage their travels into a sponsored product. Using the hashtag has enabled people to leverage using the hashtag has enabled people to leverage their travels into a sponsored product. Take 3. There are now professional, quote, van lifers, VANLIFERS, end quote, who get sponsors to underwrite their travels, which are then played out on social media. Van lifers get paid to post sponsored images on Instagram on behalf of companies whose products they use on their trips and tag their sponsors who benefit from the exposure to the van lifers' followers. Sponsors include companies like Kettle Brand Potato Chips, Cliff Bars with 1F, and Synergy Organic Clothing, all brand names. One van life couple traveling under @where's my office now has all one word has over 180,000 Instagram followers and a dozen corporate sponsors. Even Volkswagen and Nissan have announced new vans aimed at van lifers. Their income is all over the map. Among them, 38% report earning less than $10,000 per year from this work, but 16%, or about 790,000 van lifers, say they earn 75,000 a year or more. The trend shows no signs of slowing down, with more and more people valuing this lifestyle and companies offering increased flexibility to attract and retain workers. We are reading chapter 127 on esports by George J. Chanos in his book Millennial Samurai. This is Millennial Samurai Saturday Morsels of a Thought, number 1835. Okay. Esports. Esports have been around for the past decade, but have recently exploded in popularity. Esports organizations typically fund multiple teams for a variety of games. They normally pay for player amenities such as housing, food, utilities, coaches, and trainers, as well as the team's gaming computers and peripherals. Organizations have agreements with different leagues to share media rights and generate sponsorships. Esports, that's a capital S, by the way, capital SPORTS, all one word. Esports team partner with sponsors that advertise on on player jerseys or through digital media. Teams produce content that features those products and services, and this content is distributed through streaming companies such as Twitch, capital T. This creates substantial revenue. Teams also generate prize money and additional revenue from the sale of merchandise such as hats and t-shirts. Esports salaries vary by teams and players. According to the professional esports organization Riot, capital R, each team in the League of Legends Championship Series, capital L, capital L, capital C, capital S, receives a designated amount of money to provide salaries and help with operating expenses, and each player must be paid a minimum of $12,500 for the 28 match season. A select group of highly successful players receive much greater compensation. In addition to basic compensation, teams and players can earn additional money by winning or placing in competitions. Below is an example of recent team and player earnings for one of the top teams, Team Liquid, capital T, capital L. Team Liquid 2018, total prize money earned 18,231,389 dollars and 11 cents. Total tournaments played 1,130. Top games. Data numeral 2, the prize money earned was 14,258,294 dollars. StarCraft 2, Roman numeral 2, capital S, capital C, one word. Prize money earned was 1,268,979 dollars. Counter Strike, counter strike, Global Offensive is Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Got prize money earned $949,121. The top earning players were Kuro Takahasomi, aka Kuro KY. Prize money earned was $2,831,532. Ivan Ivanov, aka Min D Control, Mind Control, with a capital N, capital D, capital C, capital R, capital L, and a underscore between mind and control. Prize money earned was $2,816,032. Lasse Orpalayan, or Palanian, or Lasse, Lasse, or Palainen, Urpalainen, aka Mantumbaman, MatumbaB, Matumbaman. Prize money earned was $2,811,532. I should spell that game again. That AKA again was MAN2M MATUMBAMAN. These figures are in no way representative of average earnings. These are the earnings of those at the top of their game, and like any professional sport, reaching that pinnacle of performance is not easily achieved. It requires a level of talent and an intensity of dedication that few can or will ever achieve. Yet for some, it is clearly possible. What he's saying is that there are one of the things that we have a hard time to achieve is that persistence, um, intensity of dedication, intensity of dedication. That is very hard to do. And they earn every penny of that $2 million. Every penny. They earn every penny for the stress that they endure, the strain they put on themselves. Chapter 128, Fab Labs. In 2018, there were over 1,200 Fab Labs worldwide. Worldwide. A fab lab is essentially a room full of computer guided fabrication tools like lasers, cutters, mills for carving materials, and 3D printers that allow people to create things with a precision normally reserved to large companies. In the book Designing Reality, Neil Gershenfeld, an MIT professor who created the first fab lab in 2003, describes a world where fab labs will become ubiquitous. Big fabrication firms may be a thing of the past, perhaps making a shift to selling designs and raw materials. Products made at fab labs may eventually be made from locally sourced raw materials that have been recycled from used and discarded products. In the not too distant future, rather than go to a large fabrication facility to create a prototype for your new invention, spare parts for your car, or replacement parts for your dishwasher, you may use your own computer guided fabrication tools and or those of your neighbors using recycled materials from your local community. This emerging area, along with other innovative resources like crowdfunding, co-work spaces, and social media platforms, creates amazing opportunities for enterprising entrepreneurs. Now, pay attention to this particular part about Fab Labs. There are, in my opinion, in my educated opinion, there will be home factories in the future. Home factories. Okay? Old Kinderhut